Hello friend, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Anime Saga, and basically just like the entire timeline of Anime Saga, all the way to what it's become now. And let's go ahead and start about when it first released. So, of course, whenever this game first released, it obviously had a decent amount of bugs, and the problem is that wasn't the worst of it. The game just didn't have enough content. There was too many bugs, but not enough content to like override the bugs and make it so no one really cared. The mythics were like too easy to get, and too many people didn't want to have to get to level 10 to even get the mythics. Because to even get a mythic, you would have to be level 10, and not a lot of people really cared too much about playing a new game that just came out that already had a requirement to get a mythic. Now, of course, the game did have a lot of players, around like 40,000 players, but there wasn't enough content to fully supply the game, and the update just took way too long for it to officially come out. So it caused the player count to drop from about 50,000 to like 40,000 to 30,000. Eventually to around 5,000, and then around 1 to 3,000 that it is right now. But we're going to talk about the present later, and we're going to talk about the first update that ever really, before the release, the first update that brought a lot of the details that are in the game now. So obviously, with one of the first updates, pets and the battle pass, and I don't know how late quests were added, skins were also added, 2 XP was also added, but with all of this came a price. Now, obviously they decided not to really test their game, so it caused a big problem. Around basically every single player that joined in the first couple hours got free VIP. So that really caused all the devs to really focus on that, because at that time it was a really big problem because the game was already dying, and having this big of a bug in the game could make it go even farther ground and make it unrevivable. Now obviously the game is trying to be brought back, but with what has happened in the past, it may not be able to be brought back. But yeah, let me go back to talk about the update. So, in this update, they added more mythics, of course, challenges, and more like evos, and a lot more content. But at this time, the player count was already around 5,000, and there was too many glitches, everything was too expensive, too grindy, and the game was not polished. Now, yes, the gameplay may be a little bit dry, but the graphics and some stuff is very detailed. But they didn't go over the game enough, and it caused the game to become more and more glitchy, and the glitches would only pile up more and more. But let me go ahead and talk about the present. So of course, with the present, they decided to finally fix this, and now it is 10 instead of what it used to be, around maybe 20 to higher, because it used to cost a lot, and yet it still does cost a decent amount because you have to sacrifice keys and other stuff. But they did make the game a little bit easier, and since Remu, the old, I guess you could say, raid character is a lot cheaper. It used to be a lot more expensive, and now it's around $12.50, and it's honestly a lot easier to grind now. And let me go ahead, since the boss did buy the game and did release the first update, let me go ahead and talk to you about the first codes. Okay, so for the first code, it is going to be Boss Studios QOL, representing the first update of the game. And this is going to give you, I think, maybe like a couple eggs, some gems, trait rerolls, and a lot of rewards. And this is overall a very good code. I don't think any of these codes I'm about to say are going to have level gaps or level requirements. But then for the second code, is going to be Boss Studio Saga. Make sure it's a lowercase s into a capital S. And this will also give you a lot of gems and other rewards. And then for the third code is going to be weekly UPD in all caps exclamation mark. And obviously I've already used this code. That will also give you a lot of rewards. Now for the very last code is going to be Anime Saga is back. Make sure this I is capitalized with an exclamation mark at the very end. Now this will give you, I think, 4 eggs, and at the end of all these codes you will have around 7 eggs. And lots of people open a lot of these eggs and still get nothing good. So I do wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you have a good day, and thank you for watching to the end of this video. Goodbye.